Okay class, in the previous topic I have told you the close packing of disc, close packing of disc in a plane. Okay, in plane. Okay class, and we have seen three kind of packing. One was where the discs are present at the centers of the disc are present at the corner of equilateral triangle. Okay, and here a this is equal to 2r and the packing efficiency is about 90.6%. Okay class, and the another case which was equivalent, that was hexagonal close packing, and here you have one central particle and it is surrounded by 6 particle, and if you join the centers of these particle it will constitute a hexagon. Okay class, and here also a is equal to 2r and the packing efficiency is again of 90.6%. Okay class, and the third case was when the discs are arranged in such a way that their center lie on the corner of the square. So here the packing efficiency again a is equal to 2r. Okay class, and we calculated the packing efficiency, it was about 70%. Okay, let me check it. It was 78.5%. So from this two-dimensional arrangement, so plane is in 2D and disc is a two-dimensional structure. So from here you can take idea that the particles which are sphere and in a crystal the particles which are sphere of equal size, how these can be arranged in a crystal which is made up of different planes. Okay, so this is a three-dimensional structure and this is combination of, I will write summation of planes, so you think of combination. This is combination of planes. Okay, one plane above another. So I can say that these are in different layers. So now we are to extend this two-dimensional arrangement of the particles to three-dimensional arrangement. Okay class, so here we have one layer in one plane and above one layer another layer is there, and below this layer one another layer will be there. So here we have, suppose this is one layer, okay, and particles are present in this layer, and above this another layer is there where particles are again there, and below this layer another layer is there. Okay class, so in the previous case, in the two-dimensional arrangement we were having disc. Okay, so in three dimension we have spheres. Okay class, so here we will see how we can, in this 2D arrangement, this is found, this kind of arrangement and this kind of arrangement is found to be most closely packed. Okay class, so taking from here the idea of close packing, we will extend this concept to three dimension. Here we have disc. Okay, so in three dimension for close packing I will take that if we have sphere and the spheres are placed in a layer. Okay, so now we have a layer and spheres are placed in such a way that the center of the spheres are at the corner of equilateral triangle. Okay, then it will be this kind of arrangement, okay, or hexagonal type of arrangement of the particles. Okay class, so this is how we can take idea of close packing. So this one will be close packing. Okay class, and if you extend it then it will become like hexagon. Okay class, and if you see it in more extended figure then it will look like, okay class, then it will look like this. Class, how I have made this, I have this 5 rupee coin. Okay, I placed it here. Okay, and I draw a circle which is equivalent to a sphere in 3D, and again this, and I pointed out their centers. Okay class, and this is another. So if you see in this arrangement then you will find that these spheres are arranged in such a way that their centers are placed on the corner of equilateral triangle. You can make this equilateral triangle anywhere. Okay, so class, here you will see that this particle, this sphere is below these. Okay, then here you can make this kind of arrangement, and here you will see that you need to keep in mind 3 locations which are very important. 3 locations. Okay class, so here the 3 locations are, first location is the center of the sphere, the center of the sphere. So I am writing here, this is A. Okay, I am representing all the centers by A. So this is A, this is again A, this is also A, 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 A. Okay class, I have done. So class, you will see now that these spaces are unoccupied. These spaces are unoccupied. These all unoccupied spaces are equivalent, but I am showing them by different color, by different colors alternately. Okay, so then it will look like, okay class, you see here these empty spaces which are unoccupied, we call them void. These are called voids. Okay class, so now let me adjust the focus so that you can see the different colors very clearly. So class, you see that these are voids of red color. Okay, these are voids of red color. I have shown them by bars, and I have left these spaces empty. Okay, let me give them black color. Okay, so class, in the first layer we have seen 3 things. One is the red colored void. Okay, and the another is black colored void. Okay class, so here if you see, if I take this particle in the center and I join the other center of other particles, then you will see that it will become a hexagon. So class, here you can see that this will be a close packing. Okay, so class, we are taking the idea from the 2-dimensional arrangement of disk. So class, this is a triangular arrangement of the spheres where the centers of the sphere are on the corner of the equilateral triangle. Okay class, so this is So in the first layer, you have seen that we have three important locations. One is the center of the sphere. This is A, which are represented by, these are represented by A. And another one is the voids. And what are voids? Class, voids are empty spaces. Okay class, so these are equivalent, but I am representing them by red color, okay, and black color. Okay class, so here you can see. Now this is three-dimensional arrangement. So we need to close these voids. We need to occupy the unoccupied positions, which we are calling voids. So the first case can be in the second layer, the particle come above this void. Okay. So particle occupy this void. Okay, and the second is it occupy this black void. Okay, so here two possibilities are there. Particle, because these are of equal size, so simultaneously particle cannot come at red void and black void. So if in the second layer the red empty spaces are occupied, then black will remain unoccupied. Okay, or if we occupy the black empty spaces, then the red spaces will be unoccupied. Okay class, so in the next diagram I will show you that if we occupy the red one, then you can see the position. It will look like this. Okay, some of the space of C void is occupied, and the B red colored void is occupied. Where will be the next particle? Can you assume that the next particle will be on the red void like this here? Then you can see the center of the sphere, that is A, these are not occupied by this coin. Okay, and some of the space of black void is again occupied, but the center of the black void is not covered when you put the sphere on the red void. Okay, so you see that the center of the sphere, that is A, and the center of black void, that is unoccupied. Okay class, so if you see it in the next picture, it will look like this. You see here I have made a circle here on the red. This is corresponding to position of this coin. Okay class, okay, so you see here the centers. If you put the particles in the second layer, then what will happen? The center of the A will appear if you look vertically through the second layer, and this space is also unoccupied. You see, if you adjust another particle to cover this red void, then it will look like this. You see, again the centers are unoccupied. Okay, and this portion of the black void, that is unoccupied. Come again, this is red. If you cover the red void here, then it will look like this. You can see it very clearly. The particles are touching here, and the black colored void, which is shown by this grid, okay, this is unoccupied. Center of this black void is unoccupied. Okay, so the limitation of this close packing is that in the second layer, either black or red void can be occupied. Okay, simultaneously you cannot cover the two voids. Okay class, so this is one of the limitation. and after covering all these red voids, the arrangement look like. So class, you see here this blue color, this is blue color. I think this is not clearly visible. This is blue color, okay. Blue colored circle in the first layer whose centers are represented by A. So class, here you will see the centers of the sphere in the first layer are represented by A. Now these are red circles. These are occupying the red spaces. You see, this was the red void and it is occupied by this coin. This was the red, this was black, it is still unoccupied. This is red, okay. This is again red, okay class. This is again red. So the center of the red void, red empty space, that is the center of the red sphere, and the red sphere is in the second layer, which is above the first layer. So class, let me complete it. Okay class, I have covered some of the red spaces by these circles, and these circles are in second layer. I am writing here, these circles are in second layer, okay class. And these spheres, okay, these are spheres now, because this is extension of two-dimensional arrangement, okay. We have replaced the disk with spheres, okay. And here these spheres whose center is represented by A, those are in the first layer. So the second layer is above first layer, and the second layer is covering the red colored voids present in the first layer. Now you see that this void, which is black colored, okay, this is not occupied, this is still unoccupied in the second layer, okay. Now see, another kind of the void here is above the center of the sphere in the first layer. You can see the center A is clearly visible here, okay. So if you put here a red colored sphere, then you can see that this is unoccupied. Again at this side you can see that if you color this, then this is unoccupied. So class, this is how you can see. So from the second layer we concluded two things. So class, this is the limitation now. After second layer we have again two kind of void, okay. First one is the black colored, which was also present in the first layer. This was also present in the first layer, because by the second layer we occupied only red colored void, okay. So now black colored void is still unoccupied. The second one is the center of the sphere of the first layer is unoccupied. You can see here, this dotted atom, this dotted sphere is present in the first layer, and this is the center, and these are red particles, and in between the red particle the center of the sphere, which is present in the first layer, that is A, it is visible. So for the third layer you have again two choice. You can occupy the void whose center is A, or you can occupy the void whose center is black, okay class. So this is the center, and this is the black colored void. Again, this is the center of the sphere in the first layer. This is again black colored void which is visible. This is again black colored void, red is occupied, and the sphere of A, again it is unoccupied. So class, from this, if you cover the C, then you will have different kind of arrangement of the particle in the crystalline three-dimensional structure. And if you occupy this center of the sphere, then in the third layer the particle which occupy this void whose center is A, then that sphere will be just above the sphere in the first layer. Then it will give rise to different kind of arrangement. So whatever I said, I am writing it in word. So this is what I explained. Now two choices are there. Two choices to put the particles in the third layer. Firstly is occupy the black voids. I want to say that you see where the black void is there in the figure. Here this is the black void. Now what I will do, I will put a particle here. So class, you can see clearly the A is not occupied now. Okay, but if you occupy A, let me place it on A, then you see black is unoccupied. So you have two choices. You can either occupy black or you can occupy A. Come to here. This is A. Okay. If I occupy this, then you see two blacks are unoccupied. And if I occupy the black, then you see A is unoccupied. So this is the limitation. So at one time you can occupy either A or the black void. So if you occupy the black colored void, then a different kind of arrangement of the particle will be there. So in the third layer, if you occupy the black void, then the fourth layer, if you put the fourth layer, then it will be same as the first layer. Okay class, because in that case what you will do, you will if you occupy this black space, then this unoccupied space will be occupied in the next layer, the fourth one layer, and the fourth one layer will be the same, because in the fourth layer the particle will be just above the center of A. So the first layer get repeated. So this is what I want to say. Now in the fourth layer, if you occupy the black void, the fourth layer will be replica of the first layer. So class, after 3 layers, the fourth layer get repeated. Okay, so this is what I want to say. So class, this kind of structure will be face centered cubic, and in face centered cubic you have seen that 74% of efficiency was there. Okay, and this is also called cubic close packing. Now come to this. If the next choice is you occupy A. So class, you see this is the center of the sphere present in the first layer, and this is A. If we occupy this, then you can see that this is the first layer, this is second layer, and this is the third layer. The third layer will be, in the third layer the particle is just above this dotted particle which is in the first layer. So you can see the third layer is same which is the first layer. Okay class, so here if this is the void, this will be the void. If you put a particle here in the second, then you can see this will be the particle. This is a red colored particle. This particle is in the second layer. So class, this is the void now, and if you cover this in the third layer, then you can see this particle in the third layer, okay, will be just above the particle A whose center is A present in the first layer. So I want to say, if you occupy the center A, okay, the void A, then the third layer will be replica of the first layer. So here in this case, if you occupy the void A, the third layer is same as the first. So after 2, the third layer is same as the first. So this kind of structure will be hexagonal close packing. Okay class. So in the next lecture we will discuss the packing efficiency, coordination number, the radius and the height relation of the HCP, and how the hexagonal close packing look like. Okay, the same things what we have done for face centered cubic or cubic close packing. Okay class, thanks for watching this lecture.